Seconds Out, episode 2. Holy shit, Eric.
Bro, what a night, huh?
Fucking what a night.
Yeah, we got a lot to cover, bro.
I don't even know where to start. Let's start. We got to start with the main event, right? We have to.
Yeah,
we have to.
Do it.
I changed my mind, bro. I changed my mind on Friday night and Saturday of who I thought was going to win.
You didn't tell me.
I know, because you were busy. I didn't want to, you had real work to do. Not, Eliot and Eric jumping on here talking to the people work. You had real work. We'll get into your real work in a second. Yeah, I listened to Conor more.
Bro, I'm telling you the same thing, man. I was like, this sounds pressed.
He didn't believe it.
Yeah, it sounds pressed.
He was trying to convince himself that he was old Conor.
Yep.
And he's not old Conor.
Yeah.
Like we got to get into this mental part of fighting. I don't fucking care who you are. I do not care who you are. Tell me what you feel. If it gets in your head that you ain't the fucking man anymore.
Yeah, it's hard to it just felt pressed, and the great Teddy Atlas brought that up, and he's like, man, just he's like, I like the vibe, but it sounds like it's just a little pressed, man, and that did bother me too. I think for all the Conor backers out there, but hey, your analysis was spot on about his game plan. Hey, let's get those kicks going and start adding that in. But yeah, bro, like the whole vibe just felt off by him.
Yeah, I didn't believe him.
Forced.
Yeah, like he's trying, like he was this mystic, mystic Mac, right? Like, and it was crazy what he was doing, but he was riding that hype train and he believed it. He believed it down to his core. And he don't believe it anymore. You can't. I don't know if he's ever going to get it back, man, because you can't get stopped all these. Like, okay, I won't even call this a stoppage, but it kind of was. You can't get beat like this and believe it. It's just not fucking possible.
Do you know, I don't know the camp all that well, and I think when you start putting those numbers behind what those guys get paid, I'm sure there's a lot of yes men in that circle. Is that accurate? I don't know them that well.
I don't know.
I mean, who's going over to him and be like, bro, we got to fucking chill on this, or, we actually need to train, or we got to do this. Cause I mean, if the checks are cashing, I don't know if there's anybody really over there that's kind of telling him what they need to hear, what he needs to hear.
The marvelous Margaret Hagler said it best. You can't sleep in silk sheets.
Yeah. Right.
You just can't.
You gotta stay grimy.
You can't. It's too hard of a game. You can do it playing basketball and football and all these other sports, but at the end of the day, when that cage door fucking locks, it's just you and another dude or you and another girl, and they're trying to kill you, right? And all of that comes through. All of that shines. All of that real who you are screams in that cage.
No one's coming to help.
You can't help them. Like, we're their cornermen, right? But you can't help them. I can't help them. No, there's nobody that can help you.
What do you think as far as his next steps? And you know what? I kind of feel bad. We're talking about Conor more than we are about Dustin, but since we're on it, what do you think what's next for this guy?
I think the ending after the way the first round was going, I don't think it could have ended better for him. It ended as good as it could because he didn't really get beat. He's on the ground screaming that his leg broke, right? And I don't buy into anything literally his leg broke. I don't think it was a kick. I don't think it was a check. Freak shit happens in fights, right? This is the craziest sport in the world. I think his leg broke. Yeah. And it couldn't have ended better because he was going to get murked.
Big time.
He was going to get murked.
Yeah.
It was done. That was a wrap because he was too tired. Yeah. That was a wrap. So now he has an excuse built in. He has something where he can now say, look, I didn't lose. You heard him screaming, no, that was a doctor's stoppage. Right? It wasn't, I didn't, So now he has this built-in excuse. And look, good for Poirier too, because he's going to get another payday. He's going to get another payday. What do I think is next? I think Conor's got to go back into the pits of hell.
Yeah, I agree.
He's got to figure out. He's got to get everyone away from him. He can't fucking train in Newport Beach anymore. He's got to he's got to rediscover himself, and it's a very hard thing to do because I don't know, man. I live a good life, and I ain't going backwards.
Yeah,
unless it's forced.
Yeah, Pop's always told me, he's like, don't get a full stomach. You know what I mean? Stay hungry. You can't get a full stomach because you get fucking sleepy, you get fat, you get lazy, and
he's got 180 million full stomachs from last year.
Hey, listen, and if the guy decides just to hang it up and walk away, he's still going to be a mega superstar no matter what the hell he decides to do. The guy's just great at whatever it is. But no, I'm with you, man. Like, I don't know where the guy goes from here, to be quite honest with you. And furthermore, to add to that point, just the desperation after when Joe put a mic in his face and he's talking shit about Dustin's wife like that. On my mama, bro, we're fighting. Like, bro, I don't care if you broke your ankle or not, dude. You're eating a fucking kneecap.
I thought the desperation came on the jump of the guillotine.
Yeah. Oh, big time.
What are you doing?
What are you doing, bro? You're gonna guillotine this dude, and it was a simple pass by Dustin. Just walked right up the cage and got the side. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah. Conor doesn't want to be in there.
Yeah.
He's looking. Yeah. He was looking to get him out, and he didn't get him out. Okay, he hit him with a good left hand, and then that one left hand whiffed. Right. Yeah. There was that one left hand. I mean, I don't know where you were watching it, but it rocketed right past Poirier's face, and that could have been a fucking nightcap for sure.
Yeah. Bro, I get pissed off. Yeah, and then the whole, like, the first one to shoot's a dusty bitch and all this stuff.
Right.
Bro, I got an idea. How about you fucking improve your takedown defense? Because you have the takedown defense of a pair of chopsticks, right? Look at my boy Brad Tavares, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to be on the ground. You know what he does? He anti-wrestles motherfuckers. Learn how to fucking do that.
I don't believe in stand-ups. I don't believe in letting people off the cage, and I don't know. Yeah. Because look, you earned it.
You earned it.
I agree with Joe, on this one. You earned that shit. Yeah. You don't want to be on the ground, get up.
Get the fuck up.
Get up. You don't want to be quote unquote wrestle fucked. Get up. Don't get taken down. Get better.
Yeah. Or go box, homie.
Yeah, or go box. Yeah. Look, you can't like play Shaq and be like, oh bro, don't post up in the paint. Fuck out of here. Man, Shaq, why you being a little bitch posting up in the paint?
Yeah. Wrestle.
Because that's what I'm best at, motherfucker.
Exactly. You know why he doesn't? Because exactly what you said earlier. Wrestling's fucking hard. It's hard work. It sucks. No one likes it. But the grinders and the grittiest motherfuckers love that shit because they love, like, that's why I make those Monday practices that hard, because they want to smell blood in the fucking water, bro. They hear that shit breaking. That's why it's important. And that's exactly what you saw last night, man. Dustin broke that fucker.
Man,
literally.
Early though. Early. He broke him early. He broke him he broke him right away when they hit the cage. He was broken.
Yeah, body language, right?
Yeah, he wrapped the neck for the guillotine. I was like, what is he doing? I was like, he's not going to jump. Oh my God, he's jumping this fucking guillotine. Like, Conor, you've never choked anybody in your fucking life.
Ever. I think at that point, that's when I throw the stool at my fighter.
I throw the towel in. Okay, done.
It's over.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Save him.
Because fuck, he doesn't.
Yeah,
he doesn't. Sure. He likes the money. He definitely likes the money. He probably, I don't even think he likes the fucking fame anymore, man, because now he's got to live up to that shit.
Yeah, for sure. A lot more pressure on him, But props to my man Dustin Poirier, right?
The diamond, baby. The diamond.
What this guy, man, just been, like you said earlier, Eliot, the guy's just been in the trenches, in the weeds, climbing to the top, kind of not necessarily slow, methodical, but just head down grind mentality, not looking for the fame or fortune, but just doing it the right way.
It didn't happen, man. You ever notice it's this thing in life, right? Like, the people that get there quick, they lose it quick.
Yeah.
Right? You can't seem to sustain it, because it's almost like they don't know how it happened.
Right.
Like, there was so much luck to it. Like, even Conor's rise. Okay, he beat Dustin. He was a good fighter, right? And then he beat a couple other guys,
Mm-hmm.
and then he gets the Aldo fight,
mm-hmm.
and then Aldo gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Aldo gets hurt, and Chad Mendes steps in with no camp. and smashes him for 8 minutes, and then's got nothing left. And Conor puts his lights out, right?
Yep.
Conor wasn't defending the takedown then.
Nope.
And then he fucking, I mean, look, if him and Aldo at that point in Aldo's career, if they would fight 10 times, they'd fight 100 times. Conor would never sleep him in 13 seconds again.
Yeah.
And but the luck of these things, right? He couldn't control Aldo getting hurt in that first fight. Right. And so he almost doesn't even know how he did this.
Right. You know, it's a good point too, because you know, I actually brought that up with Francis. I think Francis's loss to Stipe was the best thing to happen to him. You know, he just I think he needed that for his career, just like you're talking about, because his trajectory was fucking skyrocketing so fast that it's almost like the universe saying, "Hold on, slow down, kid. Let's go back to the drawing board and recenter ourselves and work on the things that we need to get better at, because I don't think the timing is right for you yet." And I think his growth and maturation in that last 2 years has really helped him. It's benefited him.
Look, we talked about it last episode. Francis has that sleep touch, and that's all he was using.
Yep.
Right. That's all he was using, that sleep touch.
Yeah.
And then that sleep touch didn't happen once, and he had I don't mean this to shit on Francis whatsoever, right?
Oh, no,
but he didn't really know what to do when the sleep touch doesn't work.
Yeah. What's option B?
Right. Like, how do I kind of create that sleep touch? How do I make them walk into my punches and set things up rather than just kind of close my eyes and throw them? And not that he was closing his eyes and throwing them, but you know, he would throw them and then they would land. What happens when it doesn't happen? But that's what happened to Conor. He almost doesn't know how he did this.
Right. Yeah.
So he can't recreate it. Where now you have Dustin, who like fell down and fell down and fell down and failed his way here. Right. Almost like the lightweight champ Charles Oliveira.
100%.
Right. Like,
very similar.
Like what was he, like 6-6 at some point in the UFC?
Yeah.
If you look at his UFC records, it's trash. I mean, compared to other champions.
And it's almost like that theory, like even in football, where you might sneak into the playoffs, but the hot team is the one that always kind of runs it, like Tampa Bay did last year, right? The guys versus just, man, you just kind of start figuring out as things go. You get the right style of training camp. You're fighting at the right weight class. You got the right team around you, and shit starts to happen.
Yeah, and that's what it looks like with Dustin, right?
Yeah, I agree.
You know, that's what it looks like, and. God, we're gonna go back to it. His circle is fucking tiny.
Yeah. Same man, Rob Rivetta, you know, been manager, you know, the camp, the team, you know, those guys have been around for a long time for sure.
I'm real, you know, I read that book Relentless. The circle's small. The circle's got to be small and tight, man. Yep. Small and tight, like that. You trust your life to them, especially when you start to get big.
When you get to that level, and I think what's important about that circle is everyone knows their role and they stay in their lane, you know. And through my experience with Francis in the short amount of time that he's been champion, people try to, you know, what's the old way? You divide and conquer, right? So it's like, no, the manager has his role. He has his duty. Why are you calling me to help match make a fight? Call the manager. Why are you talking to me about contracts? That's not my role. Call the manager, you know. And I think that's exactly to what your point is like, you know, everybody in his camp knows their roles. Everybody's getting the sunshine they need. They're getting the food, they're eating, and everybody's happy. Yeah.
And it's just when that money gets so big.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Like when that money, when like the highest paid athlete of the year, you know, like, we can't explain it. We can't explain it. We can't understand it. You know, it's like hating on Tiger Woods. Like, I won't hate on Tiger Woods because, look, you know, you're male and I'm male, and you and I'm not saying Tiger Woods is right by any means. By no means was Tiger Woods right to cheat on his wife and all that stuff, right? But you know, for your whole life as a young boy, you're trying to go out and find girls.
Yeah,
and you're begging your whole life.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, you can't leave your house without a girl begging for you.
You gotta go back and listen to Patrice O'Neal, who does a bit about Tiger Woods.
Really?
Patrice O'Neal, the legend, bro.
He's a legend.
Legend, bro. But he does a bit about Tiger Woods. He's like, man, you gotta let this little motherfucker be foul for a little while.
Yeah, man.
He's got to fuck a girl by a dumpster. You know, he's got to do some weird shit, man. You got to get it out of him.
You can't understand you can't understand that. Like I can't look, I mean, like, come on, man. I know this isn't like a Tiger Woods podcast here, but like you go out, right? And you know, every once in a while a girl hits on you and you can all right, goodbye. I'm married. I don't want to do this.
Sports fishing.
Yeah, man, that's fucking easy. But like if it was every place you walked all fucking day, oh my God.
Can't run that fast.
Yeah, I'd have to stay at home. I'd have to be locked in, you know. And it's got nothing to do with the, you know, and then it goes the bad way. It's the same thing here with fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Boom, here it is. You have all this money. I can't understand what it's like to be Conor McGregor.
Yeah, not even close, man.
And Dustin Poirier can't either.
And it's like you think about the wealth, like in a lot of these guys. Yes, you could strike it rich quick, but this guy just went from like 0 to 60 with the way he just skyrocketed with his wealth pretty quick, you know, at a young age.
And you add fighting on top of that where you're murking motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like I remember my first fight that I won in the UFC. I didn't sleep for 3 days and I didn't have to. Right. Like I was like, yo,
we're out.
I got paid like $16,000 for that fight, right? And I was like, yo, don't flex on me, baby.
Yeah.
You know,
we're going to Hard Rock.
Let's go. But like, so combine that with the level that he did it at and the amount of money he made, man, I really think he might be done.
Yeah.
Poirier doesn't want him to be.
I know, right?
Poirier's going to go fight Oliveira, and then whatever happens with that, Poirier's got another fight with Conor.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about it from Poirier's end. I mean, what's he going to make? Maybe $1 million to fight Oliveira? Maybe.
Yeah. What about, this might be a stretch because I know the guy probably doesn't want to do this shit at this age, but what about moving your ass back down to 145? Trying to cut the weight? Nah.
No way.
Yeah, I don't think you'd want that hard work. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Maybe move your ass up.
He's got. Oh, you're saying Conor?
Conor moved down to 45. You know? You know what I mean? I don't know. Has he lost at 45 in the UFC? I don't think he has he? Yeah, he's never lost at 45. That weight cut used to be brutal for him, though, bro. But, you know, it's funny. You start seeing these older fighters like Frankie and a couple other guys that are making that, you know, Aldo, Edson Barboza, making that from 55. Edson used to cut a lot at 55, man.
Yeah.
He's looking great at 45 now, you know? So, I don't know. Just a thought.
He ain't doing that. He's too rich.
Too rich, man. I'm rich, bitch.
He's too rich. All right, let's start. Let's go bottom of the card. Bottom of the main card up. Oh, my Lord. The O'Malley fight. Who was that kid? Who was that zombie with the green hair?
Bro, a little kid, one of Tyson Chartier's guys out of Mass, I think out of Boston or something.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Props to him, man. What a stud.
Holy shit. Should it have been stopped?
No, not at that point, dude. I mean, let the kid go out on his shield. You let him go this long. He could have been stopped way earlier then. You know, the kid was taking all that punishment, but let the kid get a feather in his cap. It almost felt like somebody had the under in that fucking bet.
It almost felt like Herb Dean had some fucking money on Sean O'Malley stopping him.
Not to go the distance.
Yeah.
Know? So
whoa, shit! I got, you know, and I'm not shitting on Herb at all, but it looked like that, right? Like
felt like it at that point in the fight. Let the dude go out on his shield, man.
He was walking forward.
Yeah.
He was eating them and walking forward.
And props to the UFC for doing the right thing and giving that kid fight of the night.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, a little $75K bonus, man. That's awesome.
I wonder what his purse was to take that fight. Probably 10.
Oh, bro, you won in the UFC? It's the mafia, baby.
Yeah.
Get you at the cheapest right. Come on now. 10 and 10, bud.
10 and 10.
Here's your Venom fucking $3,500 gear check. And enjoy your CTE, buddy.
God, he's gonna have it.
Oh, bro, props to him, bro. I think if anybody was just a soldier, that whole card, it was that kid right there, and came in and, you know, did his thing. I hope they give him a 3-fight deal and let the kid go out and try to make some more money and go get a dub in the UFC.
It sucks. It's not gonna happen for him though.
I know.
Like he doesn't have the skills.
Why would they bring that guy in though? I mean, obvious now you just see that they're just trying to build O'Malley, you know.
That I mean, like that I mean, that was his 15 seconds of fame, right? Because he does not have the skills, in my opinion, which is, you know, is like they're hard to build when you're in the UFC.
Yeah.
Right. Like
yeah.
So
where do you go with O'Malley after this?
I want to see him fight. Yeah, I want to see him fight. What's his name? Cody Garbrandt.
Cody. Ooh, yeah. That's a good scrap.
Cody, Rob Font.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that.
I want to see a test. I want to see, you know, I want to see another test where there's no fluke. Like he heard it, like not that it was a fluke with Cheeto, but it was a little fluky, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I hear that.
I want to see him have a test.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Like who's he beating? He's beating Eddie Wineland. I mean, Eddie's tough as fuck.
Yeah.
But I mean, Eddie Wineland was fighting when I was fighting. He's fucking old.
Yeah, he's old. Yeah.
Right? Like who else? He hasn't beat anybody yet.
Yeah. What about him and Frankie?
I don't want to see Frankie ever fight again. No.
Yeah, I hear you.
What do you think's gonna happen? It's gonna look like Corey.
Yeah, right. Oof, fuck yeah, that's right. I forgot about that fight.
Young Lions crush old champions.
Old champs, yeah. Yeah, I like that. I think, you know, I heard grumblings that Cody might be moving down to flyweight, but I like that matchup.
Cody's gonna move down to flyweight?
That's what I heard.
Come on, man.
Crazy, right?
Crazy. You got to be faster.
Yep.
Right? You got to be faster. He's not faster. He's slow.
Yeah. I don't know how that helps his chin out either.
Yeah. You have, like, when you move down, you have to add speed.
Yeah. Before we go on the next one, I don't know if we're going to go up the main card, but I want your opinion on the Ryan Hall fight.
Oh God, I like Ryan Hall.
Yeah.
I think that he is very, very difficult to beat because I don't even know who that guy was that he fought. I still probably don't really know who he is.
Yeah, I've been seeing him fight. That kid's good.
But that kid has high level grappling.
Mm-hmm.
Very, 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 very high level jiu-jitsu because Ryan Hall's very sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
And he was landing his traps. The dude could just deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's getting overlooked behind all of the mistakes in Ryan Hall's game. Right? Like Ryan was too loose, right? Like he was too loose, like nothing could happen to him, and it happened to him.
Yeah. Do you think he looked a little cocky, maybe? Like he kind of had this like, oh, bro, you know, and this Eliot kid, man, I've seen him fight. The kid can scrap, but there's a reason why the betting odds were in his favor, you know. And like, can we get over this? Like, no one wants to fight Ryan Hall thing. It's not that people are afraid of Ryan Hall. It's hard to look good against.
There's no upside for that.
There's really no upside. And look, my boy Dan Ige was not afraid to fight him.
Right.
We signed on the dotted line. We were prepared to fight the guy, and he had to pull out. Ryan Hall had to pull out, unfortunately, you know. But no, I mean, stylistically, he's a nightmare. He is a nightmare.
He's a nightmare, and he pulls out a lot.
So now you're in camps. You're dealing with a certain type of fighter, and we brought in guys, these jiu-jitsu players, these guys who are good at M&R roles and doing all these things. And you very rarely you're ever going to find a guy that's as skilled as Ryan Hall.
Never again.
Right. And then we go from Ryan Hall to Gavin Tucker, a completely different skill set. Right. So yeah, when you fight a guy like Ryan Hall, even if you make it to the cage with the guy is just a tough anomaly to try to figure out. But when you do,
it worked out for Ilya.
Yeah.
Right? It worked out. But that fight could have really just gone like that the whole time.
It could have been 3 rounds of that.
It could have been 3 rounds of that. And I don't care who wins that fight at the end of it. It looks terrible.
Looks terrible. And that was I cornered Gray Maynard when we fought Ryan Hall.
Okay.
And you know, Gray was the one that actually was like, I don't know, bro. I don't know if we should take this fight. I'm like, Gray, you're going to smash this guy. This guy's not going to submit you. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that's one of my biggest regrets still to this day was like saying, like, let's take this fight because, you know, Gray, in my opinion, it was timidity on Ryan Hall's part. Like he just kept falling on his butt and wouldn't fight, wouldn't engage, but he was outpointing us with these long range kicks. You just can't look good against that guy at all unless you finish the guy like Ilya did last night.
But yeah, Pete, you know, this is one thing where boxing does it better than the UFC. You're allowed to be a little boring in boxing.
Right. Start slow, feel it out. Yeah.
And even just win decisions.
Yeah.
Right. That's
Yeah.
allowed. That's allowed in boxing. And for some reason, it's not allowed in MMA. And I know we know why. It's because, Dana and the powers that be were like, finish. If you don't die, it don't count. Right. Like all like,
Yeah.
like that kind of stuff. So, and that created it built the sport. We won't say it won't, but it's not good for the athlete.
No, I agree.
It's not good for the athlete because you have to go die. Right. You have to be willing to die. And if you're not willing to die every fight, then the crowd doesn't like you and you get booed and yada, yada. Right. Like, so if that was allowed more, then you could have a boring fight.
Yeah, I agree.
And but the UFC wants blood.
They want action.
Mm-hmm. They want blood. And that's why they love Francis.
Yeah.
But look, Francis would be loved either way. That's the thing. But there's nobody like a John Fitch.
Yeah, man. Fitch and Jake Shields and that whole, I agree.
Where they could just control the fight so well, right? Just how the fight went, boom, boom. Like they could just control the fight so fucking well.
Which there's nothing worse in the world than a man just fucking controlling you for 15 minutes and you can't do shit about it. I'd rather just get knocked the fuck out. Like, all right, send me out, man. But when you just get your ass beat for 15 minutes and you can't do anything about it, don't play that. Oh, this guy,
he wrestle fucked me, bro.
No, dude, don't play that. Nope. You got controlled by another fucking dude for 15 minutes. And you couldn't do shit about it.
We had a wrestling coach once that used to say, hey, if one man can hold you down, it only takes two to rape you.
Yes, sir.
Fuck. Yep. So, and he was like, get your ass up.
Get your ass up.
Get your ass up. Don't get taken down. Yep. So, but there's no space for that. And that's why the Ryan Hall thing sucks for both people, for both parties involved. Because Ryan can't get fights. And I think that's a little on him too. Right.
Yeah.
Like, obviously he could choose to play differently. But it hasn't really cost him. This is his first loss in the UFC, isn't it?
Yeah, first loss in the UFC. Yeah.
Right?
I think his last fight was BJ Penn, though. Like, I don't even know when that was. Like,
he fought somebody since then.
Oh, he fought Elkins.
Yeah.
That's right.
He's spinning heel kicked him.
Yeah, that's right.
But he's pulled. But again, on the Ryan Hall thing, he pulls out every other. He pulls out.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do that. Like that sucks because like we were saying, like when you're preparing for Ryan Hall, you are so specifically preparing for Ryan Hall. You're not wrestling, right? You're not wrestling. You're not working your get-ups. You're working these leg entanglements, weird shit from the outside, and maybe in some back escape.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But you're not doing anything else.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you're going to fight a wrestler who's going to try to double leg you, or you're going to fight some fucking striker who you have to close the distance on when for 5 weeks you've been working on staying long and on that. Oh, fuck my life.
Yep.
All right. What was the next fight on the main card? Who was next?
Irene Aldana and Yana Kunitskaya.
Yeah. Man, that was just a quick check hook, right?
Man, I remember seeing, I don't remember which fight it was. I think it was in St. Louis. This is years ago. And we happened to share that same locker room throughout the week, back when we used to do that and watched.
Back when we used to preview,
back when we were all common.
BC?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, before COVID, baby. But when you get in those rooms sometimes and you get exposed to other coaches and fighters, and I just remember watching Irene hit these pads, and I was like, holy shit, this girl is a sniper. And immediately logged onto my betting website to see her an underdog and empty the tank on this girl. I'm going to look back and see who she fought because now I'm actually curious, but she went in and just start somebody. Catalina Bernardo, that was the fight. I want to say it was in St. Louis, but Irene, man, she caught my eye then, and I was like, this girl's impressive. So I've always been a fan since, obviously the mishap in the weight cut. And I think I personally give a little bit of leeway. I don't know about you with the women, with the women, it's a little different. Now
their menstrual cycle fucks them,
man. It fucks them hard, bro. And it's,
them.
Yeah.
Right. It fucks them. And if it comes, there's like literally nothing they can do. Yeah. So,
yeah.
now look, and sometimes, God, you go.
I'm just saying, like, no, you just hope and pray that, you know, when the fight happens, that you're a week ahead or a week behind it.
But that's the thing, it fucks up because when girls take their bodies through this extreme weight cutting process, it can bring it on.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, not to be too personal, like, because I talked to Montana about it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yo, where are you? Like, because we got a plan for where you are. And not this fight, but the one before. She had just had it 2 weeks before. And then literally on fight day, it came again.
Crazy.
Which was like, whoa. It's supposed to be, we were supposed to, which it didn't affect the fight or the weight cut. But the process of cutting did it to her.
Crazy.
So like shit can happen with the girls, man.
Yeah.
And so I give them some leeway for that reason. Now, if you're a consistent misser, you have to make an adjustment.
Correct. Yep. I agree.
But one time for sure.
Yeah, man, she looked good. I you know, other than the weight miss, but yeah, I think her loss to Holly Holm now, like, you know, it's just kind of in races. It's funny how a great performance like that could make you forget about the one prior.
You're only as good as your last, baby.
Yes, sir.
You're only as good as your last. What was next? The big boys. Whew,
man. Whew. Bam, bam.
Drinking out of that cup, drinking out of that shoe.
I'm gonna start drinking gross, fucking. What a savage! I've got a party with those guys a couple times. Mark Hunt came out and did camp with us and brought that whole crew. And man, if you haven't ever partied with Tai Tuivasa-Silva, I don't know, man. You haven't done anything left in your life, man. This guy's amazing. It's hard to run with that dude if you're going out. I remember being at Omnia nightclub and going like, bro, I gotta go because it's Tuesday now, and
dude, we have a guy like that. We have this guy, Brandon Thatch. Remember Brandon Thatch?
Oh, Brandon Thatch, yeah.
Dude, people would come out and visit, and Brandon would take them out, and they wouldn't train for the rest of the week, bro. One night with Brandon, and they'd be like,
I'm done, dude.
I'm done. They couldn't train. They'd be sitting on the sideline with a trash can next to them on Wednesday still.
Yeah, but you know, like, are we over this Greg Hardy thing now? Like, can we just?
I hope so.
Come on, man. Like, let's move on from this guy. You
know,
and
it's not even fair to him. Like, who's the best? Who's the most athletic? Francis can't go play in the NFL because he fought in the UFC.
Right.
Like, no, like and it's not like Greg Hardy needs to learn how to fucking fight.
Yeah. I mean, he's got. I think they'll just keep him around, and you know, maybe
is he a draw? You think he's a draw?
You know why is? I don't know. Maybe that's why he's on the main card of this fight. Like I kind of question that when you looked at the pecking order of the fight. It's like, man, you know, Brad is second fight of the night, and there's two ranked middleweights versus a couple heavyweights. But again, you watch these heavyweights, it's action. Somebody's going to get slept, you know? So obviously Dana and the promotion knows what they're doing, but at the end of the day, it's like, why is this guy being this you know, right in the middle between the co-main event? And I don't know,
but man. Do you really think he puts asses in the seats?
In a weird way, I think he does due to hatred. Like the complete opposite. People want to see him get starched.
Yeah, I get it, but your other Jessica I, right?
Yeah.
Who's I can't remember who'd she fight.
Jennifer Maia.
Ranked girls.
Yeah.
Ranked girls, right? Yeah. Like ranked high level girls.
Mm-hmm.
You think if that would have been on the main card and Greg Hardy wouldn't have been on the main card, you think it would have sold less? Like that's the question at the end of the day.
You could have put whatever the hell you wanted from the bottom up, and with Conor and Dustin, that's going to be what's carrying the card,
right? You know, So who cares?
Who cares?
Why give this motherfucker? He's not good.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
And it's not his fault. He's got 6 fights.
He's got yeah. I'm with you. Yeah, you know? I agree.
He's got 6 fights, and it's not like. Look, if you've got 6 fights, but you're an NCAA champion or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion, Muay Thai world champion, look, those are fights. Like those matches and those things, those are fights. You have this experience of combat. He doesn't have it. He's got no skill set where he's like supreme. He's athletic, big, strong.
Right. Yeah. Scary looking dude.
Scary. And you saw it, right? He connected it on Bam Bam. He connected. Did. It just didn't sleep him.
Nope. And then he got slept.
He slept. Right? And then
you're drinking out of a shoe.
Yeah. All right. Next fight. Thompson, Gilbert Burns.
You know, just again, like that classic grappler versus striker, you know, and you look at this breakdown and you feel like the bigger cage is going to favor Thompson due to real estate. But again, you watch what Gilbert does with his cutoffs and the way he was able to control the octagon. And he was able to close the distance and do his job and wrestle. And that was it. It was a pretty cut and dry game plan in camp, I think, for both parties.
He did it.
So it was who could hit the fastball. And you look at Henry Hooft and the game plan and this camp and the guys that they brought in, and it's as no surprise. I think that was a coin flip fight, and I think you could have got a lot of value if you bet on Gilbert Burns. I
never want to see Stephen Thompson fight again.
Really? Why?
It's done, man. He's never going to get the title shot. He's 38 years old, right? I'm a believer in not because I don't like him. I think he's a great dude. He has so much more benefit to the world. Not because he can't fight, because he's going to beat most guys, but he's never going to get the title shot. He doesn't get paid high dollars.
Yeah.
Right. Like he gets paid okay, but not enough to,
keep taking that damage.
It's just not worth it. Right.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it to me. I'm sure he has an amazing life coming up for him. He's set himself up well with his martial arts schools, with the kids.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not, like I've said, I'm not religious, but his religion thing works for him. I'm sure he does a lot for his church and in his church. So yeah, I never want to see him fight again. I hope he rides off into the sunset, maybe does some announcing, whatever it is he does, but he's not. Money in the title shot is it. Right. Yeah. So you either fight Conor and get that fucking red panty night, or you're on the way to the title. And if it's not one, and I know 200 grand sounds like a lot of money, but 200 grand is not worth the risk, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, what are you fighting for now at this point in your career?
Yeah, and look, once you start doing things for money, which I won't be totally against, but that dollar better be a lot.
Right?
That dollar better be a lot. And look, 200 grand after you pay everybody out, it's like 120.
Yeah. Taxes, coaches, fees, everything else. Yeah, I agree.
And look, that's a year. That's a year's salary for that's a good year, right? It's a good year for most Americans, but you get stuck, man. And then, one shot too many, and then your life changes.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like, look at the tight end from the 49ers, just killed himself over the week.
Oh, who was that?
Greg Clark.
Oh, Dwight Clark.
No, that's the older guy.
No, different one. Okay, another one.
Yeah.
Oh,
CTE, committed suicide, man.
Man, that's awful, bro.
Which hit was it?
Oh, it's chronic.
Which hit was it? You don't know.
You don't know.
And it could literally be one that changes your life.
Yeah, for sure.
So you tell me, is 120 grand worth it?
Yeah.
I say no.
Yeah.
Now look, it's worth it to the kid who fought Sean O'Malley. It changed his fucking life, and he's got opportunity now. Right. Stephen Thompson's on the other end of opportunity.
Right. He's at the tail end of that. He's riding off in the sunset.
So is it worth it? I say no.
Yeah. Good point.
I say no. Let's go next card. Next card is this coming weekend, right? The main event, Islam Makhachev and Thiago Moises.
Man, this Dagestani fastball, you got a corner against the guy. It's coming.
You know exactly what's coming, and you can't fucking stop it.
I mean, what do you do? Is it anti-wrestling strikes? Is it, I don't know.
I don't have the puzzle solved, bro. Nobody does.
I know.
The only one they lost, they got one loss. So it was a quick knockout. Islam got knocked out very quickly. Just a one strike shot, which happens in fighting, right? But between him and Khabib's 29, right? So put that to 30 with Islam's one loss, and Islam has 19 wins, right? So they are 49-1.
Unreal. Unreal. And this is the kid that Ali's been talking about for 10 years.
Like, they say he's better than Khabib, but I don't think he's better than Khabib.
It's the thing about that when you say skill to skill is you can't match the mindset. You just don't know. You just don't know yet at this point in his career. But I think what separates Khabib from most is just his mental capacity and his mindset.
He believes in himself.
He believes in himself
in a ridiculous amount. Yeah.
But as far as Islam goes, you and I both know, man. It's like, how do you stop the train? What are you going to do? What game plans do you have? We're talking about a fight at the Apex, so now you got shorter real estate, and you're going to have to land that kill shot, that fucking Derek Lewis, Curtis Blades uppercut
I don't
from
think
hell.
this other guy has it though.
I don't think so either.
He doesn't have it.
He's gonna lose. He's gonna lose, and it might not be the best fight in the world to watch. He might just beat a submission out of him, but the fucking Islam train is coming, baby.
Islam Makhachev is the number 1 contender in the lightweight division.
Yep.
He's the uncrowned number 1 contender.
At what point now is it just, no one really wanted to fight this guy. Props to Moise for stepping up and taking this, on a main event role. But, let's not look past this kid, but Islam wins this fight. I mean, you got to give him a Michael Chandler, a Beneil Dariush, somebody.
Look, the Dariush fight would be very entertaining in the sense of Dariush is grapplers.
Grapplers, yeah.
Dariush is a grappler. So he starches. Look, I'm a fan of Dariush. I like Dariush. No grappler's beating Islam, bro.
Damn, man.
No grappler in the lightweight division right now is beating Islam.
That's crazy.
I want to see.
Opinion. Yeah, I want to see Islam Chandler. Then maybe Chandler can use his wrestling to anti-wrestle. That'd be a fun fight.
I want to see that. I'd love to see Gaethje. Right?
Ooh, because
Gaethje's got the sleep touch too.
Yeah,
you can't. Right? You need someone that can put someone out.
Yeah.
Right. With one shot. And if you don't have that, then you have very little chance against Islam.
Yeah. That needs
like
to be
Dober
next.
had it, right? Dober has the sleep touch. So it made that fight, and that was Islam's last fight.
Yeah.
All right. Miesha Tate, your girl, fighting Marion Reneau. Sorry. We'll have to see what Miesha does, right? I mean, like I know she's your fighter.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
We got to see if Miesha still has it.
Right. Yeah.
And
definitely.
Practice doesn't matter, right?
Yep.
Practice does not matter. Like you can have it in practice, and then, like we were saying about Conor, that fucking cage door locks, and boom, fucking life changes. She's got 2 kids. She was an executive. Her life is set, right? Like she's a former champ. That's how I see it, and like no knock on you guys or anybody, right?
No,
we have to see if Miesha still really wants to fucking fight.
Bro, it's the variables that I think everybody's interested in. Even back to the Francis situation. Hey, can he wrestle? Can he counter wrestle? Like you got to prove it in the cage. I can say it till I'm blue in the face, but you don't. Don't tell me, show me.
That's all it is. That's all it is. We got too much, and that's like we got too much of a tell me world.
Yeah.
And that's why the cage don't motherfucking lie. Yeah. That's why people love it. That's why people show up. That's why that arena was sold out last night, because the cage never lies.
The chamber of truth.
Yes. Yes. Were we talking about it? I don't know who I was talking about it with. I can't remember if it was the last show or not. When Teddy Atlas, he was like, I was watching the Kings on Showtime about the box. He's like, look, everyone has to go through a process of finding out who you are in the world. The cage puts that shit on hyperdrive.
Chamber of truth, baby.
Yeah, I like it. The chamber of truth.
Yeah.
Next fight, Jeremy Stevens, and I can't pronounce this guy's name.
Oh, Garmont.
Yeah. Oh my God, this guy's 18-1, bro.
Yeah, he's a killer. I think his one loss, if I remember correctly, was kind of a highway robbery, if I remember right. Yeah. I do. That was in Fight Island. Even the guy that won said he lost in the post fight. He's like, bro, I can't believe that they gave me this fight,
Really?
The guy that won was one of Kamzat's guys at All Stars out of Sweden. Right?
Okay.
Sweden.
Yeah, Gurm could. Yeah. Okay. Split decision. Dude, I remember that fight. That was a fucking robbery.
Yeah, it was a robbery.
That was a highway robbery. Like you're watching that fight and you're like, yo, what are you guys watching? That was an easy decision.
Easy decision. And
easy decision.
Goes the other way. And so his one loss on his record is kind of, I think, for the ones that know, really wasn't a loss. So and then you got this guy in Jeremy Stevens who can put a fucking mule's lights out at any point, at any moment. But he's one of those guys, as I think his last few is just, the wars have catching up to him.
They catch you.
Yeah.
It's just what happens, right? It's just what happens. It's sad. It sucks, but they catch you, and you just can't. At some point, the game gets you.
Yeah. His last 4, Jeremy.
The game gets you, man. The game gets you, and you don't know when that is. Like
Right.
you're looking at Dustin and Conor, right? And Dustin's looking like he's in the prime of his life, and Conor's looking like he's it's almost over again. And they're the same age, right? They're the same exact fucking age, but the game fucking gets you, and it gets everyone at some point. Can you be smart like Khabib and get the fuck out?
Yeah. Yeah. With your money.
Get the fuck out.
What does Marshawn Lynch say? Like, save your chickens. My man Marshawn Lynch.
Fuck, man. All right, one more fight. I don't know who these guys are. Gabriel Benitez and Billy Quarantino.
Billy Quarantino. Yeah. Gabriel Benitez. I think he's missed weight at every weight class he's ever been in. Like, he fights at 35, misses, bumps to 45, misses. 55, misses. So Billy, Billy, nice kid, man. Great cardio, kind of an unorthodox. And I say this with all due respect, we call those guys kind of boogers. Like, they're just hard to really get a read on. And, Billy's movement and up, down and level change. He's a pressure fighter, so fun to watch, entertaining kid. And, I think Benitez, he beat one of our guys, Justin James, recently on a short notice fight. Tricky southpaw longs, got a good triangle game off his back, but just the professionalism side of things, I think the guy's missed weight. I don't even know how many times. So
it sucks that he's even allowed. Like, yeah,
that's what I'm saying, man. Like, how many fuck ups can you get? So
you get, win, lose or draw. I don't give a fuck. Like, one time I get it. Gotta go.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Billy actually, I can't remember who Billy was fighting before, but when he got this fight, he actually sent me a DM, and I said, well, at least you're going to get about 30%
more.
So
we did miss one fight, Adolfo Vieira and Dustin Stolz.
Yeah, another striker versus grappler matchup, man. And Adolfo kind of shit the bed on that last one versus
We're gonna have
Fluffy.
to see what happens.
We're gonna have to see what happens.
He hasn't been. There's something about getting murked. There's something about getting in. Look, we saw it. Was Francis with you for the Derek Lewis fight? Yes or no? Had he come to you yet? So we saw it with Francis. He got so exhausted in the Stipe fight, he was afraid to fight Derek Lewis.
Yeah,
and then you add in the knockout power that the sleep touch that Lewis
Derek
has as well,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So, but there's something about being that tired in a cage when your life is on the line that you never want to feel again, and you run from it. You fucking run from that shit like the plague. We're gonna have to see what Adolfo Vieira does.
Yep, I agree.
It's got nothing to do with cardio. It has zero to do with cardio now. It's all what's in between the
upstairs.
ears.
Yeah.
It's all between the ears.
I agree.
Guys, that's it. It's done. We're done. Good show.
We did good.
I think we did well. Yeah. Man, tell us if you like it. Seconds out. Tell us what you want us to talk about. Let us know. Tell them what's your Instagram?
Eric_XC MMA, and then our Seconds Out podcast Instagram. We just started that last week. So
we have it last week. So at Eric_XC MMA, at Seconds Out, at Fire Marshal 205. Look, tell us what you want to talk, what you want us to talk about. We'll fucking talk about it. We'll talk about anything. Right? We talked about Tiger Woods and like trash cans today.
Sports fisherman. You got to go back and listen to some Patrice O'Neal if you haven't, man. The guy's a legend.
Dude, a legend.
Legend.
A fucking legend. He's dead, but like fucking rest in peace, Patrice O'Neal. Fucking A. You were one of the GOATs.
Yes, man.
You were one of the, okay, I have a rule before we go. I only take pictures with GOATs. Like
I like that.
That's my rule.
I like that.
To the point, the last one I took was Tom Brady. Okay. Yeah. And it happened at T-Mobile. Like, it was the last card before T-Mobile got shut down. I was walking out, and I'm walking out the back, and Tom Brady's walking in, right? And I hate Tom Brady, bro. I fucking cannot stand Tom Brady as an athlete. And I'm walking, and I'm like, God damn, I hate that motherfucker. But then I make this quick right turn. I go, but he's a GOAT, so we get in the pick.
Yeah. I got rules to this shit.
I got rules, man. I got fucking rules. So if you're a GOAT, I want to pick with you.
So I was gonna grab one with Chappelle last week.
He's a GOAT.
He's a GOAT, man.
He's a GOAT, man.
So we go to see Chappelle and
him and Rogan.
No, it was the one before that. He was here. He was here 2 weeks ago, and just does an amazing set, unreal. And then he has, like, right towards the tail end, some bullshit heckler some fucking white trash piece of shit wearing a Hawaiian shirt. Like, and bro, it literally, you can feel the energy change in the room, and like Chappelle's energy kind of changed. And, you know, he actually came up and talked to us prior. It was myself and my wife, and then Misha Tate and Johnny.
Okay.
And so, you know, prior to his set, he was talking to Misha, and he goes, "Hey, what's up, girl? I heard you're really good at Kung Fu." You know, like just funny shit. But, you know, we couldn't take a picture with them because all of our phones were locked. They put them in a bag, so you can't record or do anything while you're there. But once the show's over, we go backstage and they unlock your phones. And man, we're like, dude, I got to get a picture with the GOAT. Like, when have you ever got a picture with Chappelle? But I'm telling you, Eliot, like, you just know the energy, and you can tell that he was still upset about that guy heckling.
What did the guy say to him?
He just said, like, you know, fuck you, Dave Chappelle. Like, I want my money back or something. And, you know, Dave was doing a bit about something that was really relevant to him and his life, as far as like the transgender community and why they hate him and all this stuff. And he's kind of explaining himself and talking about a woman that he knows that was trans, and really relevant bit. But he was, you know, he kept it funny, but kept it real as well, like Dave does so eloquently. And
no one does it like him.
No one does it like him. You felt like you're at church, you know. You had this like, oh, okay. And this dude just disrupts the entire fucking thing, makes it just a piece of shit version. And here was what was great about Dave. Immediately security goes to escort this guy out, and Dave goes, "Hold on, wait, what are you mad about? Like, let's talk about this. I would like to know what you're mad about. Let's fix this." And Dave goes, "Don't kick this guy out. I don't want him to leave. I want to try to figure out the solution to the problem." And the guy just kept belligerent drunk and whatever. And then Dave finally just sent him out of his way, because at this point, you know, you're just arguing with a fucking idiot.
Right,
there's nothing intellectual coming out of this man's face. Yeah. But you just knew that, like, man, like, it really changed the whole vibe of the arena, man. I felt bad for the guy. So, you know, to go down there, and he was taking pictures with some people, but prior, when you were talking to the guy prior to the set, and then after, you can definitely feel that energy change.
Yeah,
you feel that energy change, man.
I want to smoke weed with Dave Chappelle too.
Yeah, man, I'm not a big weed guy at all. But
Dave Chappelle,
fuck yeah, bro. I'd you would do it, smoke it. Yeah, Dave Chappelle, I'd do it, man. Rogan, I'd do it. Rogan,
you do it, right? You fucking do it. You have to.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So,
all right, guys, that's it. We're out. I'm in Hawaii next week. We'll get it done. We'll make it happen.
Bring me home a tan. Bring me home a tan. Bring me home some tan, buddy.
Got one for you. I ain't gonna wear a fucking shirt the whole time, bro. I don't. Yeah, fuck yeah. I ain't gonna wear a shirt the whole goddamn time. It's amazing.
Good for you. All right, brother. Have a good trip. Have a good trip, man.
Thanks.
We'll talk to you.
Seconds out. We're out, bitches.
Later.